You're on. You ready?
I guess. What up, YouTube? Sold on RV Life Crew.
What are we doing today?
Fun. Because I'm the only one. We are going to address this. So these are plastic, right? So here's our incoming line. This is the black tank flush, and it's plastic. And so when I hook the hose up to it and whatever, you can feel it. It's just over time it's gonna thread out and strip.
Look at that bad boy.
We're gonna go metal. Bam! So we're gonna see if we can replace this with metal and make it gooder. See you after the intro. Well, we back. So this is the box that comes in. G Sunny. We'll put a link, or down in the description be a link to our where we got it off at Amazon. So anyway, you get the whole new valve. It comes with a little parts bag, and this is really what I was just noticing, this little teeny tiny like crochet needle.
It does look like a crochet needle.
Well, it does.
Save it when you're done.
It's got a hook right on the end of it, just like one.
Okay.
And what that's for is changing out. It comes with a check valve. So there's a check valve in it, but you get a replacement check valve. You get a replacement screen, the little clip for it, and all the screws that hold it in. So hopefully you can see all that. If not, go to the Amazon page. We need to be affiliated with Amazon. Anyway, it'll show you all the goodies that come with it. So so far I'm pretty impressed with the looks of it. What was it? I think it was like 35 bucks.
I was going to ask you next.
Yeah, I think
35, 45? I'm not sure.
Yeah, 35 bucks, something like that. But great reviews, and seen it on another channel somewhere. So anyway, all right, so we have the water off. Now we need to get our intake off from the clear source. So we're gonna bring some towels in. There you go. Sometimes you gotta put your big muscles on it. So while this is draining, just to give you a heads up, these screws, this is known, for some reason they do this in certain places of the RVs, is a square bit. So make sure you have a square bit. You can put the Phillips, I think a number 2 in there. Number 1 might fit a little bit better, but it's still not the correct. You want to use a square bit. So I'm gonna do this one and make sure that it's everything that we wanted it to be and more, right? And if that's the case, then we'll come back and change the city water connect to one of these as well. All right, let's get these out.
Use the phone.
All right. Magnetic trays, money.
The octopus. The brains.
Yeah, the problem is I don't know how much extra I'm gonna have.
Ugh.
Not a lot.
And of course it's the inside one.
That's right. Yes, I don't know if you want that. Nice. All right, let's take a look in the back here. So, I don't know if you can see all that spaghetti, crazy ass wiring everywhere, but they've got these nuts. So this is the back of the water inlet. This is right there. So it just goes to these threaded shaft, and then the water from there goes up into this whole origami of yes. So the one we want is way back here. So I'm gonna try and hopefully that's in focus, but this is the one we're trying to get at right there. So we're gonna spin this off, and that hose then should just sit and wait, and then we'll be able to take this out. This is the threaded hose that goes onto the back of that. So then here's our replacement, and it's a direct thread. Now the kit came with some Teflon tape, so we'll put that on there, but that'll be it, and then this just gets mounted on here. So it should be relatively simple. It's just getting at all this stuff because I can't. So anyway, that's where that's at. Now I gotta figure out how this puppy comes off.
Hopefully just as easy as the new one goes on.
Well, I don't think so, because it's got these plastic ribs in the back, and I think that's gonna create some problems when this is trying to go flush, because so all it is there's these little tabs all the way around, and so when this just has a long shaft on it, it gets pushed through, those tabs click in. That's great. Well, I should be able to just lift the tab out of the way and pull this thing out, but then the tabs are going to be in the way for this to get flush. So I don't know, but I need to.
This is why we do this and make the mistakes, so you don't have to.
Yeah. So nice. Let's see if we can get you all in here to see what the heck I'm. So I don't know if you can. Let's get my finger up here. Right there. So I don't know if you can see those little plastic tabs that stick out on the shaft. So that's why I got to get those out of the way so I can get the shaft. But I think that's going to create a problem when I go to mount this.
Where's the Dremel?
Well, that means I got to take this whole thing out. See, I really wish it was like a little panel piece. Might just be replacing this one instead. But see, that's the problem, is this is the one that gets used the most. Once this is screwed in, it doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
So I just don't know.
So what happened here?
Well, I'm having a hard time getting to the back side of this. So all these little switches here are mounted through the Nautilus plate with those screws and stuff. So I took them all out in the hopes I can get this plate out a little further so I can do a little more with it than what we got going right now. I'm not too worried about. Now I'm bleeding.
Rat's nest.
Oh yeah. But let's take off the water connection. All right, here. So that's what we're trying to get at. And these little tabs here was getting in the way. So now I've got enough room in here, I hope. Oh, this is the other one that's giving me issues.
Well, there you go.
Okay.
Oh, a lot more than we wanted to get into, but do what you gotta do to do it right. Right, Olie?
I guess. So this is the water intake. It has a little dealio on it. I really should have ordered two of these because we should put one there now too. All right, anyway, so let's put that back in there as I bleed all over everything.
No, you got an hour.
Plastic, dealing with hard plastic. We're probably gonna have to flush that out and, you know, cut these tabs off so that the inside of that can sit flush. So for now, we're just gonna bend them out of the way, and then we'll get some snips in here. Yeah, the Dremel will probably be.
I'll have to go find it.
Great.
No, I know where it is. I just have to go get it, I guess.
Hope the battery's not dead. Yeah.
I don't know.
That's why
Should be good.
Dudes, don't give your tools, especially your battery operated tools, to your significant others, because they won't charge them. Be like, oh, here, I found your tools. You go, and nothing, because it's dead. And then you gotta wait an hour for the damn thing to charge. Ask me how I know.
I could be guilty of that. I might not be. I guess we'll find out. I found the Dremel right where I thought it would be. And I just took it out of the box. Seems kind of charged to me. All three. There you go. So I guess now that you have all this out, would be a good time to see if it would actually fit there and what kind of work you'll have to do.
This one will be easier because it's flush, so I'll
You have to get that off there, won't you?
No, I think that ring, this one, will fit this inside.
Oh, thinking ahead.
45-minute job into a 3-hour job because you want to. Hey, she'll make you famous.
You actually recording?
Yes.
Hello.
We're live. All right, so went into the little pocket tools. These are called flush cut. It's back from 3D printers and my model train building
Face?
model, whatever. Anyway, so you needed these because it gives you a flush cut for sprues and taking plastic pieces apart, stuff like that. It seems to be working out pretty good here, because what we're going to do then is lay it flush. So there is no going back from this. We can't go, it's not even go back to stock now. So we're just going to come along here and flush cut all this off.
Go. Whee.
Yeah, I know they're flying everywhere.
I spy something. I spy something in there. Your flashlight on you? There's a mouse on there.
On the chat?
Yep.
Are you serious?
Yep. Do you need a plethora of tools to be an RVer?
I wouldn't say a plethora.
Nope, but it helps.
Yeah, but it helps. So I just use it as a 3 fine file. I don't know what to call it. It's not a rasp. Anyway, it's a relatively fine file. And I'm just sanding that smooth. All right. Now let's play with the toy. So on these, some of you might put a comment down below, but any of these that have the lock, you know, I forget what they call these things, but which means that it tells you, you know, hand tighten this, doesn't have to be cranked down, you know, you don't have to get things on it and, you know, 150 foot-pounds of torque or whatever. And make sure you back them all the way out too. But it's, I've always known it as you get it snug, and then you'll crank these down, and that basically keeps it from spinning, and it helps hold that, you know, so that's what you end up with. It does flex, yeah, it is flexing a little bit because of the plastic. So there's the instructions. It says it's only supposed to come with 3 screws. Very nice. Yeah, and so then you're just throwing those screws in. That probably just keeps this plate from moving. To be honest with you,
It doesn't look like it's
not going to
anywhere.
structurally change anything. So I think we're going to try it without, because we can always do it from the outside. All right, now the joy of trying to put this all back together.
Were you one of those children that took things apart and put them back together when you were younger, or
Yep.
did you take it apart and couldn't get it put back together?
That happens sometimes too. So yes,
See,
probably should have done this beforehand. So let's bring it that way. Yep.
okay.
So here,
Mix
I'll show you.
something new for me.
So
Boy, I'm going to learn all these tricks, and then what will I need Olie for?
nothing. We'll retire on a beach somewhere. Oh, I gotta bring you with me?
Please.
You know what do you need me for?
So I can retire on a beach.
Hmm.
On a beach.
And I still did it backwards. Because now when it threads on, see how the thread's going, so I was ready to flip it. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Trial by fire. Or is it just really trial and error?
Trial
Trial and error, I know, but trial by fire in water could be another. Let's watch you.
All I'm doing is threading this back on. So at least we know now when we go to do the other side. Boy, this is gonna be a pain in the derriere.
Well, I saddled up my shoe, headed out at dawn. Yeah, I saddled up my shoe, headed out at dawn. Ain't no place gonna hold me when the road keeps rolling on. My baby crying, said she can't live that way. Left my baby crying, said she can't live that way. Told her love ain't chained down, it just comes and drifts away. Saw the sun in the distance look like a burning coin. Saw the sun in the distance look like a...
We are checking to make sure everything.
Oh man, that is so nice. It's just, and it's always, you're always fighting this thing, right? So you got this and you're trying, and see, watch. And that stupid cap just spins.
Okay.
Where this is, all right.
Okay, fingers crossed, people.
Leaking
A
out
little bit there.
a little. And that could be the threads on that too. But yeah, we're not looking in the back. All right, we want to be careful because we're filling the black tank right now. So yeah, I mean a little bit of leaking around this, but this is kind of chewed up.
Now I'm rolling through the valley. Wind hums through
But
my hair.
boy, it was nice spinning that on there. And then this is just the cap that goes over it.
I'm rolling through the valley.
Now these this is very heavy. So if you're really worried about the weight of things, these are pretty heavy. So we're just gonna hook this up real quick and make sure we're not leaking after taking it all apart. And this will charge all of this water.
Otherwise, you have it going into.
Yeah, then this will go back in, and then we'll just hook it back up to the.
Okay. So it's not going to come spraying out of here. You know, it's gonna, you can see it.
No, this isn't connected to anything right now.
Yeah, what's with that thread?
It's just, it's.
Is the
As
little.
long as it's not leaking in the back.
Let's do a close up.
I can see it. So yeah. So we'll be replacing this one too, but I think I just got it locked in. There. What up, YouTube? Welcome back to the water chaos. So, not all trailers, but a lot of them, from my understanding, run into this very water problem that I'm about to show you. So, a lot of the fittings, or the fittings, that are used throughout the trailer are PEX, P-E-X. Don't ask what that stands for, because I don't know. However, so 1/2 inch PEX. This right here is 3/4 inch PEX, but it's a semi-rigid, you know, it'll bend a little bit, but not a lot. Here's 1/2 inch. And so a lot of this 1/2 inch runs throughout the trailer until you get into places like here where it's got to have a bunch of bends to do this Nautilus thing. So then they come and they use this poly tubing. Well, this poly tubing is 1/2 inch, but they're not the same 1/2 inch. Make that make sense. So we have 1/2 inch PEX that goes into this 1/2 inch poly tubing, and you can see I kind of crimped it because I was on there before, and it just floats around in there. So you would think, take my 1/2 inch PEX crimps and put them on. Lo and behold, doesn't fit. What did they do in the RV industry? What they do is they take this poly, which is considered 1/2 inch, put it onto PEX 1/2 inch, which is all sloppy, and then use an oversized crimp ring to squeeze it down and make it seal up. You would think, cool, that's how it works, right? No. What happens is now, so here, right here, is this 18.5 crimp on this 1/2 inch poly on a 1/2 inch PEX fitting. Hope you're keeping up with me. And it works great when it's like this. As soon as you, like when I moved this earlier in the video and wiggle stuff around, everything starts leaking. So you got to go back and re-squeeze and whatever. And so I was getting leaking from this. And so I cut it off, went and grabbed my 1/2 inch PEX crimps, doesn't fit. Grabbed a 3/4 inch, way too big. Did some research online, called, and so shout out to Rolling Rabbit, Mobile RV, Jordan. She's awesome. Called her on the phone, and she was busy, but she called me right back. She says, oh yeah, sent me pictures, explained to me how, you know, what crimps that she used. So big thumbs up to Rolling Rabbit Mobile RV. So if you're in the Omaha area, we'll leave a link down below for her, because she was awesome, really educated me on this stuff. So I ordered this up. Thankfully, there's an Amazon distribution center that is like right up the highway. So we got it next day. Just came, and so now I'm gonna take these. Actually, while you guys are watching, let's try it and see what it looks like.
And Laura's gonna go inside because she's cold.
I just dropped a bunch on the floor. Yep. All right. Oh, look at that.
The little sun bunny.
All right.
Okay.
So 18.5. Okay. Here's the side-by-side comparison.
Oh.
1/2 inch, 18.5. All right, so here's the comparison again. And actually this 3/4 inch is crimped. There's the 18.5, that's the 1/2 inch. So you can see the difference. It's crazy, right? So let's take our 18.5. Now this is crimped down a little bit because I had it on there, right? Look at it.
Fits really nice. Yeah,
fits really nice. So now I'm gonna cut off this part that I crimped already. And then we'll get, so what I did was, these are NFPT, I want to say, is the type. So it's a 1/2 inch threaded with this, and it's got this little plunger, but you can get brass ones with nylon nuts. So I'm gonna
nylon nuts.
Nylon nuts. Iron-on nut. What? So these, I was worried about crimping this and breaking it. So I picked up a couple of these at the Ace Hardware. Joe at the Ace Hardware in Gretna, another shout out, great guy. Actually, Jordan told me to talk to him, and he said that she's working on his trailer right now. But he's very helpful, awesome guy. Those guys at Ace Hardware there in Gretna, good crew. Shout out to them. Anyway, so we're gonna go over to brass. So I'm gonna cut this up, clean it up, put this on there, crimp it, get it reconnected, see if we've got water, so at least I can wash my dirty self.
And dishes, and flush the toilet properly. Now, did you buy a regular one of those to change out too?
Oh yes. So I figured, oh here it is. I figured we replace this one And what caused all of this problem was pulling this Nautilus out, wiggling those hoses and stuff. And so that's, you know, again, you got something too small and it's crimped funny. As soon as it wiggles, it starts to leak. And if you can Google this stuff, and there's tons of YouTube videos out there and others saying the same thing. Anyway, but this is where our hard line comes in. And I'm like, well, now that I have this open, I can see it right here. Got another one. So G Sunny, got another one of these. I'm gonna swap this out, but let's see. Let's get this working first, and then we'll swap this out. So then we're metal on metal. Shouldn't have any more issues. Button this thing up and stay out of here and get some water flowing. Because then we gotta mess with the AC unit on the roof. Anyway, all right.
We will check back with you when you have it all fixed up.
Yeah, I don't think you guys.
That's going to be a repeat of what yesterday. So.
Yeah, pretty much.
And I'm cold. It's cool
All right,
out
get the hell
here,
out of here, then.
and the wind is blowing. Again, it is Nebraska, and our next project is to get this skirting off. But too many other things came up at once, so
Skirting off AC units. Why?
never ends.